Yeah, right? You're like, okay, he can just chill out there for a minute. He's not going to die.
Absolutely, right, exactly. Yeah, my hands can be a little dirty.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, this bottle's not fully sanitized. It's whatever.
Right, it's okay. Yeah.
All right, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Inside the Lines. This week, I'm sitting down with Jamal G, Baltimore artist, and we're gonna jump into some coloring, man.
Absolutely.
Thanks for being on, man.
Thank you for having me, man.
Appreciate it. So what we'll do is we're gonna tackle one together.
Okay.
And what you can do is just kind of go through, and when you see one that pops out to you that you like, we can just dive right in, man.
Cool.
So we'll just take it slow, and if you got one you like, we'll do it.
Let's stop here.
You want to go dinosaur?
Let's go dinosaurs.
It's funny, I've been waiting for somebody to pick it because it's my personal one that I like. Yeah.
Do you like dinosaurs?
Hell yeah, man. I was a 90s baby. Grew up with Jurassic Park and all that shit, man.
I have a funny relationship with dinosaurs.
You know, that's how it goes. Funny relationship, how so?
Because like, I never liked Jurassic Park growing up.
Okay.
And then I struggled
Was it scary?
Not really.
Because moments scared me, I'll tell you that.
Oh, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, I didn't know if it was my cup of tea or not, but I kind of struggle if they really exist or not.
Oh, okay.
Everything, so it's super interesting to me. So I do a lot of.
Were you one of those kids, like, you would watch something and then have to, like, research the shit out of it?
I am. That's me.
Yeah.
100% to this day.
I would do the same thing. Like, if I would just be sitting there chilling, watching something, I'd be like, all right, what is up with this? And then I'd spend the next, like, month just, like, deep diving. So tell me, man, how long have you been making music, man?
This year it's been 10 years almost.
Wow.
Yeah. I started writing my first mixtape in late 2009, and it came out in mid 2010, in July 27, 2010. So 2019 makes it 10 years. Man.
That's amazing, brother.
Yeah.
So what are some things that inspire you with your writing?
Just everyday life.
Mm-hmm.
Thinking about situations that people in my community go through on a daily basis, and just in Baltimore, and kind of like focusing on those and recognizing that we're not monoliths and we have different type of emotions and reactions to different things, and seeing people's life circumstances. All of those things kind of inspire me the same kind of way.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
What's your favorite part, like, of Baltimore? Like, what part of the city do you like to come back to?
I would have to say the West Side. I love all of Baltimore City, but I'm from Northwest Baltimore City, so I would have to say the West Side because that's where I feel the most at home.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what are some inspirations for you as far as, like, artist-wise? Like, who are some people that you look up to or kind of inspired you to even want to make music in the first place?
Do you want to say like Baltimore? Or do you want to?
Just any artist. Like, doesn't matter what level or anything like that. I mean, local, bigger.
Well, I'll stay local for the most part because I think I've been in it long enough to know a few local artists. So I think, like, to start off, my siblings, my older brother and my older cousins, they're at least 4 to 10 years older than me. And so I started rapping to kind of like have something in common with them because we were never doing the same things at the same time.
Yeah.
Because of the age gap.
Gotcha.
Except for being an adult, of course. But it started off with them. My cousin M Extra, he's like one of the best rappers that I know. And so he's inspired me. And as I've traveled along and making music, I want to say people like Akio Evans has inspired me because I believe people like him, they're like innovation personified.
Yeah.
I always tell him that. I said, dude, I'm like, man, you're innovation personified. Seriously.
No, Akio's great. I love Akio.
Yeah, man. So him, guys like DP the MC, he is one of the guys that I look towards when it comes to, like, you know, actually knowing hip hop and knowing his heart when it comes to hip hop. So people like those guys, and I don't want to forget anyone, so I'll just keep it limited to those 3 people.
Yeah, exactly. No offense to anyone that might have gotten missed at all. Exactly. Do you think that, like, Baltimore needs more kind of like unification with everyone? Do you think that's kind of an issue with Baltimore as far as, like, on the art scene side of things?
Absolutely, we need more unification, but I mean, who doesn't, right?
Yeah.
But I think in Baltimore alone, I think Baltimore has this this kind of sense on it that it's kind of like I gotta kind of fill you out before I embrace you.
Yeah.
You know, because of the conditions of the city sometimes and how we grew
That's
up.
true.
And we're not as accepting to new things
Mm-hmm.
often. And so, you know, I think that's one of something that can happen as far as unification and bringing people into the fold, or just embracing new things in general. So I think, yeah, that's one thing. But I think it kind of starts with people like you and I, and kind of, you know, embracing each other and saying like, hey man, I appreciate what you do. I'm a fan.
Yeah, exactly.
And how can we build these things together? What can
Yeah.
I do to help your situation? What can you do to help mine?
And that was, that was another kind of thing for like an inspiration for the show, was like I'd found myself knowing so many different artists and so many people that I genuinely admired and loved, and doing film work and everything. It's always, there's this weird kind of like, I want to help you out, but I also like, I have to eat and things
Absolutely,
like that.
yeah.
So I can't just like do, every music video production or things like that for free, even though I wish I could.
Right.
But just having a platform for people to talk at, I feel like is a big thing that we were kind of missing, and I'm hoping that like can continue to grow.
Absolutely.
And do
and
all
I
that
think
stuff.
it will, because this is, as I said to you off camera, this is the best concept interview platform that we have in Baltimore. So I appreciate it, and I can't wait to see
No,
what
and I
it does in the
appreciate that,
future.
man. So what are some like struggles that you have as an artist? Like, what are some things that you kind of struggle with as far as like maybe creating music or just keeping yourself like fresh and going with things?
Just really like on a level of kind of just making it's kind of like a resource thing. You have resources can get you down, or because when you don't have access to certain things, a lot of times it can take you out of your element, your creative space.
Exactly.
Because it just puts a damper on things. But I have writer's block often, because I hate to force anything. I hate to force anything if I'm not in a situation at that time. And it's not like a free-flowing thing. It's I get writer's block and things like that. But what I've learned is to kind of step away from it for a second and come back to it is not a bad thing. Storytelling is a big thing in my music, and I touch and relate to that, because I think that a lot of people can not only, they may not relate to where I am in life right now, but they can always relate to a story that I'm telling in some shape or form.
Yeah. Have you ever had anybody kind of like reach out to you or talk to you, like they were, in a situation maybe where they were like, hey, I listened to the music and it was like, it really helped me through this, that, and the others. Like, has that ever come around to you?
So I performed at Artscape in 2014, right?
Okay.
And in 2014, the show was happening, and to make a short story shorter, after the show, my mom brought a young lady backstage, and she was talking about the things that she was going through in life at that time, and how she was she felt so defeated that she wasn't even going to show up for work that day.
Wow.
She was going to stay in bed, but then she felt like God kind of guided her to that show that day, and and what I said on stage, I guess, kind of helped her, or the show kind of helped her. And I think that, to me, to this day, is one of the best moments that I've had as a hip hop artist.
And you've got new music that's coming out or is about to be out soon.
Yeah, it's coming out soon. It's called The Husky Files. It should be out within the next few weeks. It's called The Husky Files, and basically what that is, it's just kind of like, usually I'm a conceptual artist, so every project that I do is very conceptual. And this time I just had the yearning to write and create. And so I called up one of my friends who's been a friend in the artist community for me for a while. His name is Isaiah Gold, and his former name used to be Husky Hazel.
Okay.
And he sent me a few beats, and I started to write every day. So every day in July, I was writing to these beats. And at first it was just going to be one beat, but I was just like, I have all these beats, I might as well just put a full project out. Or a mini project rather, because it's only about 4 or 5 songs.
Yeah.
And so we turned it into a whole thing, and we called it The Husky Files, because he picked all of the beats out. We worked with Sue, the producer, and we kind of put it together and made it happen, man.
So like, let's say, you know, you finish up your project, you put it out there for the world to listen to and everything like that. How hard is that, like, the next thoughts from that? Because I'm sure it must be difficult, especially in today's landscape of like how quickly material that we put out gets ate up. Like, how hard is that to kind of like then think to yourself, okay, how long can I go before I have to do something new? Or, you know, are you just constantly like, you know, okay, I did that, like now we're going on to the next thing?
It's a tough thing to think about, honestly, because you get wrapped up in that, and I think we live in like a rabbit hole society.
Yeah.
You know, with like Instagram and social media and things like that. So for me, it's kind of like I try not to pay attention to it. I say, you know, for the people who take it and they take something from it, I think they use it for what they can, and then they move on from that, because unless it's a positive feeling, you don't want people to stay in that space forever.
Yeah.
So hopefully it means something to this time in your life, and with the fall coming, maybe it'll mean something to you in reference to like how the seasons are changing and how that feels to you. But I try not to worry myself with how long the music stays in somebody's playlist.
Yeah.
Because I would drive myself crazy, man. I would try to be in the studio, I mean, way more than I am, and I'm already in there at an unhealthy hour, so it's tough, man. But I try to I just hope that people can use it for what they need it, and take something from it, and then if they have to move on from it, then by all means.
What's like a dream venue for you that you'd like to perform at?
Man, I used to say Madison Square Garden, and then it turned into the Royal Farms Arena.
Okay.
Only because it's nothing like...
Is it the Royal Farms Arena?
It's the Royal Farms Arena now.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Okay, gotcha.
But it's Madison Square Garden is in New York.
Yeah.
But the Royal Farms Arena,
okay, I got you. Yeah. I got confused on that one.
No, the Royal Farms Arena downtown. It's nothing like being home.
Yeah.
And having that love and appreciation from your people. And seeing them, and basically seeing them receive you doing the things that you love to do.
As far as like goals for you, like what in the next like few years, like what are your kind of like goals that you're setting for yourself?
I want to be a touring artist, man. I want to continue to make music. I want to continue to kind of build platforms. I have an entertainment company called 4900 Entertainment Group, which the name comes from my neighborhood, the 4900 block of basically it's 4900 block of Park Heights. But it comes from that, and I just want to continue to build off of that brand. So everything entertainment, you know what I mean? Like from music to cinematography and different things like that.
Well, like for younger artists like these days, do you think like there's people have like a lack of patience for stuff? Because I mean you've been doing it, like you said, for just about 10 years now. Do you think you see people who just come into it and just think like, man, that's it, I'm gonna make all my money and like that's gonna be it? Yeah,
because we see so much happening on a like larger level in music. Like we hear the stories of the guy who woke up one morning, went to his friend's studio in the basement somewhere, and made a song, put it online, and then they woke up the next day and it was viral. It was all over the place.
Yeah.
And now they're like millionaires, so people think. And it's kind of like you hear that story so many times. It's kind of like you think the stars are aligned the same way for you, and so you want that to happen for you as well. And so it's a different level of success that people have to learn to accept. It's kind of like if I have 50,000 people listening to my song, I can't cry that 100,000 people aren't listening.
That's true.
I have to appreciate the 50, right? And I learned to appreciate the 50 at that level. Then when 100 comes around, I'll be able to embrace them, better. You know what I mean? It's kind of like having children, I guess. You know, when you have your first child, they always say, like, you make all your mistakes with your first with your first child, and then when your second child comes, it's kind of like a breeze almost.
Yeah, right. You're like, okay, he can just chill out there for a minute. He's not gonna die.
Absolutely, right, exactly. Yeah, my hands can be a little dirty.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, this bottle's not fully sanitized. It's whatever.
It's okay. Yeah.
So what, like, if somebody, let's say, like a young artist or something like that is like checking this out, like, what's some advice for someone like that who's just like early on with their career and just trying to get off the ground?
I would say attain as much information as possible, man. Having information and resources are the main things that I didn't have, like, early on.
Yeah.
And once I learned a little bit more about what I wanted to do and where I wanted to go, I was able to kind of carve out a clearer path for me. So, you know, attain as much information as possible, and figure out a situation that works for you. For me, being independent in the music industry is a golden place for me to stay and kind of lock in that space.
Yeah, exactly.
But it may not work for everyone else, you know what I mean? I enjoy being independent and having 100% creative control.
Yeah.
But it may not work the same way for another artist. So kind of like figure out what your situation is and what works for you, you know, and listen to the good people, you know what I mean?
That's
all
true.
Advice isn't good advice, so listen to the good people with good hearts, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, that's perfect. So if people are trying to find you on the socials, how can people do that?
I'm at the Jamal G on everything, on Twitter, on Instagram. I'm at Jamal G on Facebook. You can look me up on YouTube with Jamal G, and look up To Whom It May Concern. That's my most recent album on Apple.
Okay.
Or all DSPs, really. But yeah.
And then, so Jamal, spelled, like, just so people know.
Yeah, Jamal is spelled Jam as in Mary, A-L.
And then, kind of before we wrap things up, like, any kind of last thoughts or anything you'd like to share that I kind of haven't asked you about or anything?
Not really. I think this is turning out to be one funky dinosaur, I tell you that.
I think it's beautiful. I think we created a beautiful piece of expressionist art today.
I haven't colored with crayons since my art class, and I think I didn't get a good grade in that. But I was hoping this comes out. But nah, man, I do want to thank you for allowing me to come on and,
of course, man,
and just have a conversation with you. So
yeah, man.
Hope you keep this up, man. I truly look forward to it.
Nah, that's the plan, brother. So, as always, our gift to you for being on the show is this Pog.
Oh, it's dope.
From straight out of the 90s.
Oh, this is dope.
And then a nice Two Tony Productions pin.
Oh, it's dope. This is dope, man.
Of course,
I'm
man.
gonna put this on one of my hats, man.
Sweet,
so you're gonna
man.
see it a lot. I appreciate this.
No,
man.
I appreciate you being on. Thank you so much,
Absolutely,
man.
Appreciate it.
And thanks everybody for watching. We'll catch you next week.